AITA wanted to make our finances more fair and even in the separation with my ex, so I won't go into a long backstory covering everything. However, to keep it brief, I discovered my partner of over 10 years having an emotional affair bordering on physical with a co-worker of her on Halloween, when she had left her Facebook open on the shared computer. Anyway, we are currently going through the process of separation as we try to figure out where things stand and if we want to try to save things between us or not. We are both seeing different therapists for our issues that have arisen during the course of our relationship. We both had issues with communication with one another and things we need to work on individually, though part of me wishes these issues would have been communicated earlier but can't change it now. She also has a lot of past trauma from previous relationships including DV and the like, which are haunting her a lot right now. We also have the complicating factor of having a 4-year-old daughter together. Now, considering the state of housing and rental markets down here in Australia, we have decided to cohabitate until she starts school next year, because she is so excited about going to the school we are in catchment for. If we were to move now, she would be in a different catchment and no longer eligible to go to that school. However, once she starts school, where we live is no longer a factor. There is no arguing or fighting between myself and my ex-partner, and we currently rent quite a large house, so I have moved downstairs, whilst she has upstairs. Now on to the crux of the issue. We have always had separate bank accounts and always shared rent 50-50. However, I earn quite a bit more than she does, so I have always shouldered a lot of the bills, which I never really had a problem with at all during the relationship. But now that it has come to end, I am wanting to even things up so it's more even. I did a bit of maths in Excel and I was covering around 71 of our bills whilst she covered the rest. Now we have already started splitting the childcare, kindergarten costs and power bill 50-50. However, there is still a big elephant in the room in the form of our cars. I am currently paying for both my own car and all its running costs, along with her car and all of its running costs. Her car is leased, which is paid through part of my before-tax wages and a chunk of after-tax, commonly called salary sacrifice down here, which also mean I don't technically own her car, the leasing company does. However, it still costs me around $700,800 a month. The problem now becomes that she is already struggling for money now that we are splitting childcare and power, and her car is absolutely essential for her to do her job. But now that we are no longer together, I don't think it is entirely fair for me to keep paying for her car. It also pains me to have to put her in this position as well. TLDR, am I the asshole for wanting to make things on the finance side more fair and even whilst we are separated?